unloving, because nobody is worthy of God's love. And so don't condemn anybody, because only God alone is worthy. Oh, I read in Revelation that the angels sat around Jesus, and Jesus was there, and they shout, who is worthy to open the scroll? And the angels started to look around heaven. They saw Elijah. One of them said, Elijah. The other said, not worthy. He buckled under pressure. The other one looked around and he saw Moses, not worthy. He struck the rock. John the Revelator said, I wept. My angel said to the other, let's go down and dig up the earth, and let us see if anybody is worthy. And they went down and they dig up the earth. They found the bones of Peter. One of them shouted, worthy. The other said, no, he denied Christ. And they kept on digging. They found the bones of Job. The other one said, worthy. He said, not worthy. He questioned God. And then they kept on digging. They found the bones of Samson. Not worthy. He was unequally yoked with unbelievers. The other one said, well, let us go on the earth and see if we find anybody. They touched down at the Lighthouse Tabernacle and they walked through the pews, and oh my God, they examined the last member. They checked out the pastor and they all shouted, not worthy, not worthy. And when they got back to heaven, something said to them, look at the right hand of the Father God. And they all shouted, worthy, worthy is the Lamb that was slain. I tell you, church, love, because nobody.
That's love. Man, that's love.
Nobody is worthy.
Only Jesus.
Only God.
Only Jesus.
Only God is worthy. You get vexed because the sister did something crazy. You know how many craziness you did? You got angry because of a little sin. You know how many sins you committed? It is time we stop pulling down one another and love. Love! Just as you would love to be loved. Are you listening to me? Jonathan loved David with all his heart. Not one of jealousy. No jealousy. He gave to David. He said, David, look. He gave. But church, I want to ask you a question. Is it possible? Is it possible for two people to be a part of the same army, wear the same uniform, fight the same battles, exposed to the same teachings, and yet love differently? Oh, it seems as though you have not got me. Let me bring it home a little closer. Is it possible for two people to be a part of the same church family? Worship in the same building. Sing from the same hymnal. Read the same Bible. Worship the same God. But yet love One be filled with love for self, while the other is filled with love for others. One be filled with hate, while the other be filled with love. One be filled with jealousy, while the other is filled with love. Is it possible? Is it possible? Church, let me tell you what happened. Jonathan and David, the same blood. Jonathan saw the same battle Saul saw. Jonathan was trained in the same army. But yet Jonathan, Tiffany, loved David differently to how Saul loved him. Look at this carefully. Jonathan loved David as he loved himself. Jonathan took his all, even his entitlement to the truth, and he gave it. He said, David, look! But Saul, I said, but Saul, Saul showed no appreciation for what David did, and he gave him nothing. All he did, he kept David for himself. He would not even send the lad back to his parents. He kept him because he reasoned that David can benefit my kingdom. He reasoned that David can keep me on my throne. And so he kept him for himself. He kept him because he reasoned that David could benefit him. Have you ever met Sauls in your life? Have you ever met Sauls in your life? Have you ever met Sauls in your life? Sauls are people who love to keep you around them only when you can benefit them. But the moment you start benefiting them, or it seems as though you are outshining them, they try to get rid of you. Have you ever met Saul? Have you ever met Sauls in your life? Or are you a Saul? Forgive me for hitting you so hard today. I want to ask you, have you ever met Sauls in your life?
Yeah, you want to save us. Don't worry.
Have you ever met Sauls? Church, for God's sake, there's no place for Sauls, for the attitude of Sauls and the character of Sauls in God's kingdom. You have got to get a makeover. Are you listening to me? And only God can make you over. Let me bring this sermon to a close. Look at this now. Look at this. At the end of the battle, the battle is now over. Saul and his army, along with David, are now going back home. Are you listening to me? The Israelites women, they got the news. I said they got the news that the men were coming home. Are you listening to me? Oh, they got so excited. They rushed out into the streets. They put on their fancy clothing